Right. Investigating small business. Let's go to the case study. CJ Studio. Chris Barber and Johnny Draper are business partners. They provide photography services in the city area of the Brighton, UK. Chris has a degree in photography and art and is responsible for the production work. Johnny spends most of his time promoting the business. He builds a customer base through social networking and handles the day-to-day administration. They have 5 assistant photographers working in the crew, and Chris and Johnny set up the business in 2010 by investing £20,000 each on CJ Studio. They use the money to buy photography equipment and studio in Brighton. Chris is a risk taker and often seeks new challenges. Johnny prefers to have more independence and control over the business. Both Chris and Johnny have been passionate about photography since their childhood. As part of their expansion plans for the future, CJ Studio has decided to obtain a franchise license from Clix, a reputed franchise of photography in Europe. They offer expert training and support in their startup package. Okay, this is a small business context. You can see this is the partnership business with two friends, Chris and Johnny. When you're reading a case study, you can important things that you feel that you can use in the answers, you can highlight. So therefore, or underline. So you can use this technique in your writing for any paper, small business or large business. You can actually use this technique. When you're reading this one, you can highlight these words. For example, the photography services. They are providing photography services. City of Brighton, UK, because you can use the even city names in your applications, right? And the both of their qualification. Chris has a degree of photographic art, and he's doing production. So, and Johnny doing promotion of the business because he's a marketing guy, right? He build the customer base through social networking and day-to-day administration works. So you can see the partnership. Other advantages here, the sharing the workload. So one handling the photographic section, production work, the other one handling the administration and promotion marketing work. And you can highlight this one. They have how many assistants? 5 assistant photographers are there. 5 assistants. This is their workers, laborers, right? They are the people who are working under them, right? The payroll. So and also which year they started? 2010, right? How much they both invested? 20,000 each on CJ Studio. And what they did, we can highlight. They buy photography equipment from that, and studio also they bought, right? And you can see he was here. Second paragraph, you can highlight these things. He's a risk taker. What is this ability? You can see the entrepreneur qualities we talk about. There are 4 entrepreneur qualities are there. Remember, decision making, innovating, organizing, and risk taking. So Chris is a risk taker, right? And always want to seek new challenges. These are like a person with the qualities and entrepreneur traits. You can see the entrepreneur here, the role, entrepreneur, and quality also there. You can see this is the objective. Sometimes you want to be more new challenges and everything. And also Johnny, on the other hand, so he have a non-financial objective. He want to be more independent and control over the business. You can see on the business objective, we talk about these things, financial objectives and non-financial objectives. Financial objectives are, you can see, survival, profit maximization, market share maximization, and all. Non-financial objective, we talk about the independence, control, customer satisfaction, social welfare, like that. So mainly, you can see when some questions you can use this thing. He prefer more independence and control is a non-financial objective of the business, right? And another thing you can see, what is another thing? They have passionate about the photography. So this is how they have a hobby of doing photography. So since their childhood, so both of them like the photography thing. Sometimes they might in school photography club, right? So anyway, they have hobby they develop into a business, right? So they are small childhood hobby they develop into their business. And as a part of the expansion plan, this is actually, on the other hand, you can see now they are going to, they are deciding to go for a franchising option. So you can see what is the name of the franchise license? Clix. Highlight that also. Clix is a reputed franchise of photography in Europe. So when you're reading, you can see sometimes there might be question on franchise-based questions. So franchisor, what are the provision? What are they provide? You can see here they're providing expert training and support in their startup package. Franchisor, franchisee agreement. Franchise business is where franchisor allow another operator called franchisee to trade under their business name. So in this case, if you you get the franchise license from Clix Photographics, they will provide some benefits like training, support in their packages. So that's the main case study. When you're reading the case study, you can use this thing to highlight, and then you can have a very good understanding what to use in different aspects. Okay, let's go to the questions. You can see the photographic thing, right? Nice photographer. Okay, let's go to the MCQ questions. MCQ question number 1: what is the maximum number of members in a partnership? So here you can see in very interactive session, you can use the chat line to communicate with me. Right, question number 1: what is the maximum number of members in a partnership? 15. Number 1, 15. Number 2, 50. Number 3, 20. Number 2, 2. Yes, I got a few answers, couple of answers. Yes, both answers correct. Yeah, Amrita gave the correct answers. Arvind gave the correct answer. Answer is 20. Correct. Very good. Maximum is 20. Minimum is 2. Maximum is 20. Very good. Well done. Great job. So 20 is the maximum, right? 2 to 20 always, partnership. 2 to 20 is the always number of members. Maximum 20. Okay. Let's go to second question. Which of the following is a disadvantage of partnership? Disadvantage of partnership. 1. More capital can be raised with more owners, right? This looks like advantage, right? Number 2, partners can specialize in their area of expertise, right? That was advantage. Profit has to be shared, okay? And financial information is not published. Financial information is not published also kind of an advantage. So answer we can see, yes, couple of answers again we can see. Yes, very good. This time 4 answers are there, very good, excellent. Right, keep it up, very good. Everyone gave the correct answer. Proud of you, right? Profit has to be shared, very good. That's a disadvantage, right? Profits has to be shared, that's a disadvantage. All other 1, 2, and 4, these are advantages, right? Right. Question number 3, right? CJ Studio has set smart objectives. This means that their objective should be, right? What SMART stand for? These are the qualities of an objective. First one, successful, measurable, advanced, realistic, trustworthy, right? Second one, specific, meaningful, achievable, relevant, time specific, right? Third one, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time specific. Fourth one, successful, motivating, advanced, relevant, and trustworthy, right? If you remember, tell me, don't type everything, you can say 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, right? So I got right now 2 answers. Yes, 3 answers, very good. All if you correct. Yeah, Amrita, Adam, and very good, everyone correct. Right, Arvind, everyone correct. Well done. Excellent. So third one is a correct answer. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time specific. Very good. So S for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time specific. Right? You should know this, but it's like a that goes on like a SMART mean is a qualities of objective. SMART qualities are there, SMART objectives. When you're setting an objective, clear objective must have these qualities for that, right? Define question. Define the term stakeholder. Define the term stakeholder. So the 1 mark question. Define question, you don't need to give any application. You can just use the correct definition, right? Correct definition. So I got 2 answers, 3 correct answers. Yes. They gave the stakeholders are individuals who have an interest in the operation of the business. Arvind's answer, very good. And another one saying an individual or group of individuals who has interest and involved in the business operations. Correct, well done. And Adam says the stakeholder is an individual or group that has interest in the operation of a business. All answers correct. Excellent, right? You're getting one mark definitely for this kind of answer. So stakeholder, the correct answers are, this is the thing, stakeholders are individuals who have an interest in the operation of the business, right? Individual or group, right? So, so to say, not only one individual, it can be a group or institution also correct. So Amrita's answer, we can say it's an individual or group of individuals who is interested in the involved in the business operations, who have interest in the business organization. That's also correct, right? So very good. Next question is a very tricky question, 1 marker, right? Even though 1 marker is so you have to use application. That's the thing. State which sector CJ Studio operates in, right? State which sector CJ Studio operates in. So this question normally, if you not use application, we can't give. Even sometimes we can simply say some answer, but that answer you have to write with the application, right? So I got right now 2 answers, right? So 1 answer is there. Yeah, Chang says the tertiary sector, right? And Arvind says CJ Studio operates in the tertiary sector as they provide a photography service. Excellent. Adam says it's secondary sector. Uh, yeah, so correct answer is actually the Arvind's answer. You can see tertiary sector, right? So you have to write a full sentence. If you just write tertiary sector, 0 marks, right? It's not secondary sector actually. It's just not primary sector. It's tertiary sector, and you have to develop that. Write the full sentence. Look at this Arvind's answer. Excellent answer. CJ Studio operates in the tertiary sector as they provide a photography service. Right, so you have to write like that. So they operate in this tertiary sector, right, as they providing, or since they provide photographic services. You have to say why this they are working tertiary sector, because they operate in tertiary sector because they're providing photographic related services. So you have to write that thing, then only you are getting the marks. If you write something like that, CJ Studio operates in tertiary sector, since we can't give the marks, why? Even CJ Studio, they are in the question also, right? Because you can't write the name of the case study as a application, because name is a very limited level of application. Because if you change the name, for example, without saying CJ Studio, if you say KFC, the answer is still you can apply KFC. Also, you can KFC is operating in the tertiary sector. So you can't write like that. You have to write a reason for this. Write example always. Use example, specific example from the case study. They operate in tertiary sector as they provide photography service, right? Because then you can't apply to any other business. Then you can apply to McDonald's, KFC, Hilton Hotels, Shangri-La. They also provide services, but you can apply because they are not providing photography. Only CJ Studio provide photography. So only that's why always in state question, please write a full sentence with the application. So a lot of students, because this is your first examination you're going to do in right year 10. So if you fail to do applications, you're losing this 1 mark. Even though you know the answer, you can't, if you can't provide a example from the case study, then you're losing this 1 mark, right? Because 1 mark is very important, even 1 mark, right? Because in examination, try to score everything. So don't lose it, 1 mark even. So 1 mark state questions. Always in application, you need to state questions, 2 mark outline questions, right? 6 markers, 9 markers, 12 markers, we need. Only thing that you need, no need to use application is the define questions and the explain questions, right? Define questions and the explain questions. You don't need to do any application. Other than that, always you have to use the application for state questions, outline questions, analyze questions, 6 markers, 9 marker justification. Okay, let's go to next question. Another 1 marker. State 1 non-financial objective of CJ Studio. State 1 non-financial objective of CJ Studio. I think you have enough application is there on the case study also. So if you want, I'll take a look at the case study again. Non-financial objectives you can identify from the context. If you read the case study CJ Studio here, you can see some points we can find out in the second paragraph, right? Non-financial objective of CJ Studio. I told you to highlight this thing, right? You can see especially here Johnny prefers to have more independence and control over the business. And these are and they have passion about the photographic since these are the non-financial, right? They seek challenges, new challenges. So they have a couple of answers. You can see seeking new challenges, more independence and control, like this. So I got 2 answers. So this is the first answer. Pinny, this answer. No. Yeah. So yeah, Adam says a risk taker. Chris is a risk taker. Actually, risk taker is not a financial or non-financial objective. It is a role played by the entrepreneur, right? So we can't say risk taker as a correct answer, because why? Risk taker is a entrepreneur role, right? It is not an objective. So we can say independence and control. So you can see the Johnny prefers to have independence and control. So if you write like that, you can still get this 1 mark, right? Or we can say Chris seeks new challenges. So challenge is a non-financial objective. Independence and control is a non-financial objective, right? Having a passion about this, so following the personal satisfaction, because you can see Chris and Johnny have passionate about photography. So personal satisfaction is a non-financial objective, right? So like that, you can write like that. You can see I got a very good answer. Independence and control is a non-financial objective as Johnny prefers to have more control over the business. Excellent. right? Full answer is there, full application is there, 1 out of 1, right? Very good. So we can see like that. So this is the way I am expecting independence and control as a non-financial objective, as Johnny prefers to have more control over the business, right? We can see another thing. You can see like there are actually, we can see some 3 answers. We can see non-finance. That's why I told you to highlight when you're reading. New challenges, independence, control, passionate about photography. This is passionate about photography. Yeah, that personal satisfaction. Both of them have satisfaction of photography. They both of them as child, they have from childhood, they love photography. So this is a personal satisfaction. So now that's the main another non-financial objective of starting this business, because they both enjoy photography. Now they turn their hobby into a business. So you can say like that. Both Chris and Johnny have passionate about photography. So personal satisfaction is an non-financial objective like that. So then you are getting, because you have to write an example from the, you can see 3 examples. We can say Chris like to get new challenges. So challenging is another thing. Accepting challenge is a non-financial objective. Johnny prefers to have more independence and control. It is another non-financial objective. And Chris and Johnny both have passionate about the photography business. Therefore, personal satisfaction is another non-financial object like that. So you have enough evidence when you're reading a case study. Properly read the case study. You can find enough evidence from those things when you're writing, right? So this is a 1 mark question. You can write like that. If you write like that, you can say, okay, next question. Part E, question of 1, part E, outline one problem of having verbal partnership agreement for CJ Studio. One problem, one issue, one drawback of having a verbal partnership agreement for CJ Studio. Right, so partnership agreement we can have verbally in writing. Right? So verbal agreement have some issues. Right? What are the issues of having a verbal partnership agreement? One problem. So you can see now this case they had this because the partnership agreement, deed of partnership is the main document which governs the partnership. So if you haven't the deed of partnership in writing, sometimes these partners can forget about the things that they verbally agreed, right? So that's the main importance of actually having something like agreement in writing. Then in case of a like argument, they can like problem solving, we can refer to the partnership agreement. But here, the verbal agreement means they don't have anything. So they have verbally agreed upon everything, like profit sharing, like how to manage the business. Sometimes how to get the salaries from the business, everything. So I have verbal agreements. Sometimes these verbal agreements can be go wrong. So as a result, Chris and Johnny can have some misunderstandings. You have to write like that. So 1 point, 1 mark for the point and 1 mark for the application. One student answering like this: there is no writing to prove and stabilize their partnership, and partners can go behind people's back. Like normally you can see this question application is missing, right? It's answer. You have to write something like Chris and Johnny, right? There is no writing to prove to and stabilize their business. So I can give like 1 mark for this answer because like there's no application, right? 1 mark I can give for the point, but for the application part you're missing here. Therefore you have to write something. If you write Chris and Johnny, that's enough, right? So example, yes, we can see one problem high verbal agreement is Chris and Johnny can have some issues regarding the profit sharing. Chris and Johnny can have some kind of issue regarding their salaries, right? In verbal agreement, sometimes Chris and Johnny can forget about the conditions, terms and conditions that they agree upon, such as profit sharing, such as salaries, such as interest on capital, such as how to bring another partner to business, like that. These agreements sometimes can be forget for them, Chris and Johnny. Therefore, there can be misunderstanding. If you write like that, you can write the correct answer, right? That will be correct answer. Okay. Explain question. I'm telling you, this is a chance. Very good opportunity. Why? No need of application. You can write a general answer for explain question. It's asking one benefit from forming a partnership. One benefit of forming a partnership. This case, you can say one benefit, one advantage to the 1 point, and you have to write 2 development points. Imagine if you know so many points, if you know a lot of benefits of partnership, right? So don't list more than 1 benefit. If you give more than 1 benefit, your marks will be reduced to 1 out of 3. You're losing 2 marks. Always be careful when you're writing explain questions. right? Even though you don't need to use application, you can write just one point. We're asking one benefit, so just write one benefit and develop it. For example, I got one answer. They say, right, for example, they earning operation is shared, work is shared. That's 1 mark. You can develop it, right? In a partnership, the responsibility of running business can be shared among partners. Therefore, the more workload can be handled by the partners, and they can bring their expertise into the business organization. So like that, write 3 sentences, interrelated 3 sentences, which is beneficial to the forming a partnership, right? So you can see another one, more capital can be raised. More capital can be raised, and you can develop it. Partnership consists of 2 to 20 partners. So therefore, more people means more capital can be bring to the business, and this will lead to increase their financial strength to handle the business, like that. So you can use a structure called like 3-marker question, like BLT, because leads to therefore. Yeah, I got another answer. I'll read that answer. Forming a partnership can increase the capital contribution to the business. So the business could use the capital to expand the business further, right? Thus, the business can achieve higher sales and revenue. That also excellent answer. 3 sentences, 1 point, and develop. Look at the, I'm reading the answer again. Look at the point here. Forming a partnership can increase the capital contribution to the business. And that is, you can say on the other word, you can say more capital can be raised with the 2 to 20 partners, right? So the second line, so the business could use this capital to expand the business further. Correct? No? Right? Related business, related sentence. This capital can be used to expand the business, and again, thus the business can achieve higher sales and higher sales revenue. Correct? So like that, this is the way we're expecting. So if you write like that, definitely you're getting 3 out of 3, right? So don't write multiple point. If you some students, in my experience, I have seen some students writing multiple points. So therefore, we can easily identify the multiple points writing. So therefore, you are losing marks. Like 2 marks you are losing in that case. Maximum 1 mark only we are giving. If you list down like a 1, 2, 3, first advantage is more capital can be raised. Second advantage is, right, more workload can be shared. Third advantage is partners expertise they can use. So like that, if you write like that, maximum 1 mark, right? If you write 3 points, what we expect, take a 1 point and then develop like that. For example, you can see, yes, more capital can be raised. Since partnership has a 2 to 20 partners, they can collect more capital from them, and then they use that money to expand the business, right? Which leads to, therefore, they can lead to increase the sales revenue in the business. So when you're writing a 3-marker question, even 6-marker, 9-markers, you can use this method. So you can use the method called BLT. BLT. BLT stands for, normally we call this a sandwich model, right? Sandwich model. You can see it's like a bacon, lettuce, and tomato, right? Because the point, and then you can see next point is leads to, and next point, therefore. Sentence building structure, you can use that, for example, but normally sentence you can't start with the because that's wrong English. Then you can say partnership can, I'm talking with that this structure, how to do with the given question, explain question. Partnership can raise more capital by 2 to 20 members. This will lead to business can easily expand their business into further branches and the more business territories. Therefore, they can improve their profit and sales revenue. Like that. Always in the therefore part, you can actually talk about the sales revenue increase, profitability increase, right? Efficiency increase, productivity increase, advantages. So first point, you have to write the point, and second point, as a result, what happened? Interrelated word, like what as a result of the more capital raise, they can expand their business. As a result, they can improve their sales revenue and the profit. Like that. Always use this. Like this is one example. Sometimes you can use another structure called BTT. BTT also correct, right? It's also correct because therefore. BLT or BTT. This is an easy one to memorize. BLT, like a sandwich model, right? Bacon, lettuce, tomato. So this is the like a sentence building structure. So you can use this model of sentence building method in a 3-marker, 6-marker, 9-marker, and 12 markers essay type questions, right? This is like a 1 paragraph then. one single point, how to write like three sentences, 3 strands answers, right? So yeah, let's go back to the question. So another explain question, the case study small business, right? Yeah. Part G, explain one location factor CJ Studio should consider when operating studio in Brighton, right? So location factors, this time we discussed in the recently. So one location factor you can see when you're operating a CJ Studio is you don't think about the proximity to market, proximity to customers, which means they can easily lead to right, more customers can become sometimes parking facilities, and they can come like they can easily take their service and go like that. So location factors, decisions, and everything we discussed. So mainly, but go through those things also: proximity to customers, proximity to materials, right? Proximity to labors. But this is the since this is a manufacturing so service sector business organization, you have to think about mainly the convenience of customers because they are in the city of London. But explain question, no need to actually like go through the application. This is only just a AO1. Therefore, you can talk about proximity to customers, proximity to market, right? Okay, the next question is analyze 2 benefits of obtaining a franchise rights from Clix, right? 2 benefits of having a franchise rights from Clix. Normally, analyze 2 benefits of obtaining a franchise license. Like normally they have given some context also here. They are providing the employee like personal, training and backup support, everything. So first point you can say, model answer you can say like by operating in a franchise license, the franchisor can provide a ready-made market. In this case, Clix is a established European franchise business. Established European franchise business. Therefore, the Clix will be able to give some kind of a ready-made market for the Chris and Johnny to operate their photography services, which leads to increase their revenue. As a result of that, they can increase more sales revenue and they can get more profit. And second point, because 2 points they're asking, so again, second para you can write moreover or furthermore or further state, right? You can say Chris and Johnny will be able to get the backup support like financial aid, sometimes technical know-how, employee training as a part of their franchise package, right? This will lead to increase their knowledge in the photographic further, and also the quality of production will increase. Quality of the photography services can be increases. Therefore, the more customer satisfaction they can provide, and as a result, they can increase their photographic services, and they can customer satisfaction, the repeat purchase can be happen, which leads to increase the sales revenue and the profit. So this is a way to analyze the question, right? So I talk 2 points. What are the main 2 points? First, I talk about the ready-made market, like franchise rights. If you obtain the franchise, you have a ready-made market. You have to explain like that. As I explained, right? Clix is an established country. It's a European market. It's an established franchise business. So they can provide this established market, which leads to increase the sales, which leads to increase the profit. Second point, I talk about their backup support. We can have like employee training, the technology, new latest photographic equipments, and the effects, right? So if you link to the quality of the production, photographic production, then what happened? More customer satisfaction. Will lead to more customer satisfaction. Again, repeat purchase. This is the way you have to write, right? So I think you can answer, if you write like this kind of answer, you can get maximum 6, like a 6 marker you can obtain, right? So that's the first question, right? In the first question we talk about mainly the 20 marks are there, right? So today mainly I have to mainly I want to go through the first mainly the first question of this case study, how 20 markers are normally coming. Because the second question also the same CJ Studio. Another question is there. Outline one reason why CJ Studio use division of labor in their business. One reason why they want to use division of labor. If you use division of labor, you can have the business organization, right? Division of labor. You can split the photographic services in between. For in this case, the workload can be shared, like photographic services, like photography production work actually handled by Chris, and promotion, marketing, customer relation, administration handled by the Johnny. Give the example, right? One reason and one example, right? Reason is the workload can be shared because of the division of labor, and you can say in this case how this happened. Chris handles the photographic production. Johnny handles the administration works. So if you write like that, you can get the 2 out of 2. Right? Again, they also explain one drawback of labor-intensive production. Labor-intensive production drawback, you can see this will be a little bit, labor-intensive business. Sometimes the people, you can think about the point of view of laborers, right? Labor-intensive business, sometimes you can see difficult to handle. Sometimes you have to morale them, right? You increase their morale. And also labor-intensive business, sometimes as a result of that, what happens, sometimes the cost of handling labor will be high, right? Sometimes labor, as a result of that, what happened, high labor intensive business, always there is a high high maintenance cost is there for the labor. And also you can see one drawback of labor intensive production, you have to compare with the machine capital intensive, right? Labor intensive business sometimes is very we call unreliable. Sometimes labor intensive businesses are, we can see always, sometimes people are leaving, they get sick, and they get absent. So labor intensive will very, very carefully have to manage. Right. So this is the chapter I show you, the chapter 44 in the textbook. I go to the factors of production. There you can find out this section, chapter 44, right? In the textbook, you can see the factors of production. There we go talk about the labor intensive and capital intensive. Then you can find out the total advantage of labor intensive business and disadvantages of labor intensive as well as a capital intensive, right? So that's why you have to read everything, like up to that chapter. The next question is a 6-marker. Analyze 2 benefits of customer satisfaction. This chapter actually came from the like judging success case, right? Judging success lesson. The 2 benefits of customer satisfaction to judge the success, lead to success of CGS Studio. Because happy customer, they will recommend the business to other customers. If you get a good photographic services, they will recommend this studio to other their friends and relatives, which increase the repeat purchase, and they will come again and again to the business to get the photographic services. Moreover, happy customers mean the customer satisfaction is important in order to be in order to increase their sales volume, sales revenue. Customer satisfaction always will increase their ratings. Since they have a photographic, the social media, social networking, they will recommend this business. They will increase their rating of the business. They will give more comments in the social media. Publicity will increase. As a result, it's like a very good, like a word of mouth marketing for the CGS Studio, which increased the reputation of the CGS Studio photographic in London, Brighton city. So therefore, again and again, repeat purchases, more increasing sales, revenue, more profitability can be expected. This is where you have to write a 6-mark question. So 2 points, you can elaborate like that. Okay, the last question for the session, you can see question, after 5 years trading successfully, CGS Studio is considering to change the legal form of their business. Option 1, continue as a partnership. Option 2, convert to a private limited company. So when you're writing a 9-marker question, just pick only one option and then provide 2 advantages and 2 drawbacks, 2 points for and 2 points against. So no need to define, no need to have a conclusion. For 9-mark question, we don't expect a definition or conclusion. It's only AO2, AO3, and AO4. Assessment objective 2, application, 3, analysis, and 4, evaluation. We are giving the marks based on this. So imagine if you pick the objective option number 1, you can say, I pick option 1 to continue as a partnership. In this case, Chris and Johnny have a very good understanding as a friends and also as a partners. They can share the workload in the photographic services provided by Chris, administration done by Johnny. Therefore, they can share the workload of the photographic business. Therefore, they can provide very good customer satisfaction for the people because of they can use their specialization. Therefore, there will be no burden will be happen. Moreover, as a friends, they have a very good mutual understanding of the business. They have a good objective partnership. Another advantage is you can use they are normally the customer, mainly partnership business always not only sharing, they can share the losses as well. Share the losses as well. As a result of that, Chris and Johnny, if they make some kind of a bad decision, sometimes the losses can be there, the losses can be shared, the burden can be shared, losses also can be shared among them. So another advantage you can write like that, more capital can raise with the partners, right? They can actually invest more of their money, or they can actually partnership, they can actually hire another partner, right? They can invite another friend to join their business. So they can actually have more capital than they are offered. They can buy more equipment, like that. You can write your answer like that. As a result of that, you can say the parts will be developed. You can buy more equipments and more technology, and there is no risk of losing control to anyone, right? You have and no need to publish the account. So partnership, these things are very confidential. These things are the advantage. And however points also there. In however points you can write down mainly however the business organizations the partnership is too small and unlimited liabilities there in Chris and Johnny. In case of business bankrupt, Chris and Johnny has settled the debt by using their personal belongings. Therefore, partnership photographic business will be in a trouble because not only them, their other aspects of the business will be in a personal belongings also in trouble. Moreover, partners are subject to have frictions. Chris and Johnny can be always go for arguments, and at the end they might have some kind of arguments and fallout from the partnership. Like that, so we have to write 2 positive points and 2 negative points, right? And as a result, you can see, so no need of conclusion. That's the way we are asking for a 9-mark question. Even private limited company also same. If you pick this option 2, you can say 2 benefits of private limited company such as limited liabilities there, and more capital can be raised, you can say, from limited liability partnerships, capital companies. However points you can say, however, the startup costs will be high, private limited company, and sometimes private limited company, sometimes the difficulty of sometimes the managing works and everything, administration works are very high, accounting and everything has to be published, audited. These things you can say. Okay, so I think there's a small business, end of the small business. We talk about the 40 marks, like section 2. We are going to start in my next session. So the large business case study, IKEA. So this is the question number 1 and 2 discussion. So this is the paper structure. This is the 2018 paper of the first term. The case study was we talk about the CJ Studio photographic services in Brighton, investigating small business.